Hey boys and girls, it's me, MsBecky. Thank you so much for coming to be with me today. Today, we're going to be doing video number 2 in my Amazing Animals series. If you missed the first video, don't fret. Look in the description link below and you can make Oscar the Otter with me. But today, we're going to do a different amazing animal. Today, we're going to make Geraldine and Gerard the Giraffes. I know, I'm excited. I hope you are too. See you soon. Giraffes are amazing animals. Did you know that most giraffes eat about 100 pounds of leaves a day? They do this by taking their very long tongue and wrapping it around a cluster of leaves and ripping it from the tree before they eat it. Isn't that interesting? And most giraffes don't need very much sleep either. They only sleep about 2 to 2.5 hours a day. If a giraffe gets tired during the day, they simply take a nap standing up. And what's even more amazing is that they don't drink that much water either. They only drink water about once every 3 days. Most researchers agree this is probably because they get the majority of the water that they need from the plants that they eat. Hey my little art friends, look what we're gonna make today. Geraldine and Gerard the Giraffe. Let's begin. We're gonna start with the giraffe on the left-hand side. I call him Gerard. Start about right here, which is about a finger down, and we're gonna go a curved line out, out, and then in and down a little bit, and then out again, and then in again, and down, and curve it around, and out, and in again, and out, and up. Okay, now let's work on his ear up here. We're gonna start here, and we're gonna go do a curved line out, all right? And then we're gonna do a curved line out over there. But let's do 2 lines, one here and one there, one here and one there. Now let's do Gerard's ear over here. We're gonna come up where we ended, all right? We're gonna go out and down and up, and then we're gonna bring that back and do kind of a dot to dot. Now let's come over here and we're gonna do his very long neck because Gerard has a very long neck. Giraffes in general have very long necks. Let's start over here and we're gonna go down and down and down. Not a perfectly straight line. Notice how I'm going back and forth a little bit, back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and off the page. Very nice. Now, let's make his mouth underneath here. We're gonna start right around here and we're gonna come down. We're basically tracing the outline of his mouth and coming up. Now let's come here, just to the right of his mouth, and do kind of a not a perfectly straight line down. Very nice. Now let's make the bridge of his nose. So let's start up, right up here, right above the indent, okay? And we're gonna go in and out and in and stop. And let's do the same thing on this side, where it's symmetrical, the same on both sides. Symmetry means same. We're gonna go in and out and in and up. Very nice. Now let's turn our page on the side. We need to make 2 eyes up here, these 2 eyes. Let's work on those. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to make 1 curved line on the top, 1 curved line on the bottom. Let's come over here and do the other eye. 1 curved line on the top, 1 curved line on the bottom, and connect those. All right, now let's put the irises on the inside of the eyes, nice and round, color them in. Now this one over here, color it in, very nice. So we're gonna trace over his eye a bit and flip it up. Trace over his eye, flip it up. Trace over his eye, flip it up. Trace over his eye, flip it up. Let's do a couple more of those. Now we need to put his nostrils down here. So let's make 2 nice sized nostrils. Very good. Now what we need to do is we need to give him his very unique spots. Now what we're going to do is we're going to draw some straight wispy lines for the mane that goes on Gerard. Now let's move our paper over. Now we're going to draw Geraldine. Isn't she beautiful? Okay, let's begin. What we're going to do is we're actually going to start right here, and we're going to do a bump out and down and out and down and around and come up and give it a nice jaw and come up and end about right there. Okay, now let's draw her mouth at the bottom, and we're going to start around here and come down and around and up. All right, now let's work on her little, those aren't hooves, those are, what are those? Antlers. Let's work on those. So now we're going to come up, curved line up and out and over and in and down. And let's go over, and now we're going to go up and over and down and out. Right. Speaking of ears, let's do one ear over here. So we're going to start about right here, and we're going to stop, pick it up, keep drawing, because her ear is going to be behind Gerald's. And we're going to start over here, come, pick it up, pretend to draw, and back. Look at that. Do you see her ear? It's beginning to come together, isn't it? So you can see this. We're going to start about right here. I'm going to start and go off the page, and I'm going to pretend to draw. Pretend. Down and around and out and down and meet it. We're going to draw Geraldine's eye here and here. We're going to start with this one. All right? So what we're going to do is the first thing we're going to do is we're going to finish drawing her muzzle. So we're going to come up and down and up and down. And while we're at it, while we're here, let's make her nostril. Now let's do her eye. I'm gonna make like a little mini mountain, okay? So we're gonna go, let me turn this so you can see this better. We're gonna go over and up and down and out, all right? Now, notice that this is the side of her face. Her other eye is over here. It's just a little bump. So let's go over here to this side, and we're going to create that bump. We're going to start at where the ear and the head meet, and we're going to draw a line down, kind of a curvy line. Remember, not a perfectly straight line. A giraffe's neck is not perfectly straight, and bring it off to the side. Nice. Let's do the same thing here. We're going to start around the mouth and bring a curvy line down. Now what we're going to do is we're going to create the spots on Geraldine, just like we created the spots on Gerald. Okay, that looks very nice. Now what we're going to do is we're going to create some leaves in the background. Okay, so now we're going to color in Gerald and Geraldine. Let's begin with Gerald. And what we're going to do is we're going to color in all these little spots brown. Okay, you ready? Go. Okay, now let's color in Geraldine's spots as well. Also, her eyelid. You ready? Go. Now that we're done with that, let's take our brown oil pastel and we're actually going to lightly color in Geraldine and Gerard. We were pressing pretty hard with this, but you're gonna lightly color it in. Do you see how the difference is? Do you see how when I color, it's very light? All right, let's color in all of Geraldine and Gerard. Okay, now that we've colored in Geraldine and Gerard with our brown oil pastel, now let's take our peach oil pastel and go over all of it again. Once again, don't go over the eyes. All right, now that we've colored in Geraldine and Gerard, the next thing we're gonna do is take our black oil pastel and we're gonna go over every single black line we have. Okay, they're looking really good. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna use our light green and our dark green to color in the leaves. Okay, now we're gonna fill in the remainder of the leaf with the dark green. What we're going to do is we're going to smear it with our finger. It's called blending. So we're going to go in the direction of there's a little bit of brown there, but actually that makes it look good. Let's blend that in, going back and forth. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our brown again, okay, and we're going to draw in the little hairs on their antlers and fill in their mane. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to fill in the white space that's left. That's called negative space. We're going to fill that all in with our light blue oil pastel or crayon. Are you ready? Go. Okay, look at that. Gosh, Geraldine and Gerard, the best friends. Let's take a look how this looks next to the sample I made. I like them both, really. Every time I make a project, I notice that they always come out a little bit different. Well, I'm super excited. I hope you like yours. Make many, many, many of them. It's super fun. And I will see you back next time for video number 3.